how Puerto Rican you are.
Yeah, he's crazy, bro. That's why I told him I'll smack him when I see him, and he better have security, because he is disrespectful. Like, he's just old. Like, he's just so disrespectful. And we don't come from that cloth, you know what I'm saying? We never got disrespected by nobody, especially a person that, like, we looked up to this dude, you know? He's Mexican, but we looked up to him. He's a legend in the sport. For him to come and try to trash our event.
Edgar Berlanga, I have a huge surprise for you July 12th. I'm going in for William Zepeda, but you know what? I cannot wait to see you. You say you're gonna slap me? I dare you.
Edgar Berlanga just delivered the shocking surprise he promised Oscar de la Hoya, and it turned wild fast. The two ran into each other right before Berlanga's big July 12th fight. During a gathering packed with fighters, promoters, and media, the moment they crossed paths, chaos followed.
He got a hate relationship with Canelo, but keep that on that side. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta jump rope on my and it come on my side. Like, you was just trying to sign me a year ago. You know what I'm saying? A year and a half ago, you was just on my you feel me? On my tutu. You was on my tutu for like 5 hours trying to sign me, you know? But shout out to
Oscar showed up to support his own fighter, William Zepeda, but instantly zeroed in on Berlanga instead. He said he came with that surprise. Berlanga didn't back down, walking right up to Oscar. Before things exploded, security jumped in. But not before Berlanga fired back. I'll break you in many pieces. I'll smash your bones, fool.
All right, Edgar, we wish you all the best of luck. Edgar Berlanga.
And I want to say something too. Oscar de la Hoya too. He's always, you keep talking and talking. We're gonna smack him when we see him. You gotta stop. He's trying to f up the event.
After months of trash talk from the Puerto Rican super middleweight, Oscar finally took it to the next level just hours ago. Ahead of Berlanga's fight with Hamza Shiraz, de la Hoya reignited their war. He dropped a bold message on Instagram. After Golden Boy's big night, we've got for new stars. Berlanga, I have a huge surprise for you. Wear all your jewelry. I hope you try to slap me like you said. And yes, the video itself was just as intense.
Edgar Berlanga, you stopped your press conference yesterday to mention my name. You said you're gonna slap me when you see me next. Why? Because I asked to see your Puerto Rican birth certificate? Because you're not really Puerto Rican? I'm asking because when I fought Trinidad, he had the entire island travel to Las Vegas to support him. Or are you upset because I said you're a subpar opponent for Canelo?
With a cigar in hand, de la Hoya stared straight into the camera and said, Edgar Berlanga, I've got something huge for you on July 12th. I'm here for William Zepeda, but I can't wait to see you. You think you're gonna slap me? I dare you. The tone was fierce, and the message was personal, clearly. Oscar hasn't let go of what Berlanga said last year. Will Berlanga actually act on it? No one knows, but the tension has...
These are the facts, bro. Don't let them get you rattled. Dude, you are not fighting me. You are distracted and better get locked in because Canelo's gonna tap that ass this weekend. Good luck and enjoy your first and last pay-per-view experience.
Now the question is, what happens if Berlanga actually follows through with that slap? But even bigger, what exactly did he say that made Oscar lose it? Last year, Berlanga fired shots straight at de la Hoya for bashing the idea of him fighting Canelo. People like Oscar want to kill my reputation, saying our PPV won't even break 1-0 okay. That's dumb. And if I see him, I'll smack the hell out of him.
Seen some stuff about with the whole like Oscar de la Hoya thing.
I'm glad to go away from him.
Yeah.
Crazy.
We're really good friends with Dana White, and he doesn't like Oscar de la Hoya too, I said.
Oscar de la Hoya has announced he's coming out of retirement to box again.
Cocaine isn't cheap.
I think nobody.
Because he's a vacuum, right?
Every time he's in problems, he don't have any fighters left. Ryan Garcia, because he signed with him. Now Ryan Garcia, I think he's in a problem with him.
Edgar Berlanga, who is fighting Canelo on September 14th. Now he claims he has a whole country behind him. Edgar, bro, you're from Brooklyn. I think I'm more Puerto Rican than you are, and I only lived there for 6 years. Puerto Rico doesn't claim you, bro.
Things just got even messier after De La Hoya's bold Instagram post. Berlanga clapped back, posting a strange photo of Oscar in a penthouse with the wild caption, "See you in New York, my little stripper. Is this a real challenge? Stunt, a setup for a showdown in NYC. No one knows yet. But this much is clear. When Oscar accused Berlanga of faking his Puerto Rican roots, Edgar fired back hard, claiming De La Hoya is just salty he signed with Matchroom instead of Gold."
I told you to fight Canelo.
Canelo? You know, in my prime, I would have just tapped that so good. Easy. Quick.
Easy work.
Easy work. He's flat-footed. He walks on quicksand, so anyway. Oh, hello again. Guess what time it is? Time for your new favorite 5 minutes of the week, Clapback Thursdays. This actually might be my favorite one so far. So it turns out I'm not the only one who thinks Canelo is an arrogant piece of shit. Turki Alalshikh recently revealed that Canelo refused to meet with him in person and isn't entertaining any deals to be done with him. Why? Because he's outpriced himself so much that the Saudis don't even want to deal with him.
As he gears up for the Canelo-Alvarez fight, Edgar Berlanga is deep into trolling mode. He kicked it off at the pre-fight press conference, but now he's targeting Oscar De La Hoya. Turns out, Oscar was desperate to bring Berlanga to Golden Boy after his top-ranked contract ended. But what triggered this war of words? Oscar took the first swing, and Edgar hit back. Let's not forget, Oscar and Canelo have one of boxing's nastiest beefs. It almost turned into a fight last time they met. Berlanga even brought up Canelo's...
Oscar he gotta shut his mouth, man. This is the best in the business. People don't understand, like, Eddie came from the UK. From the UK, he came from another side of the world. He came to the US and took over. You know what I'm saying? And he's taking it over so rapidly. So, De La Hoya is a crazy guy, man.
Senior, can I ask one question? Plant failed, Munguia failed. Why will your son pass the ultimate test?
We got the power, we got the skill. My son can box, he can punch. My son is a boxer puncher. That's the difference.
Yeah, obviously.
We're not going there to be running from Canelo.
But rewind a bit, this wasn't the first jab. De La Hoya had earlier mocked Berlanga for calling himself Puerto Rican, despite not growing up there. And now, Berlanga's had enough. He clapped back hard, calling Oscar obsessed, and even leaked their private conversations to prove how badly Oscar chased him just a year ago.
We're going to fight him.
It's easy to see where he gets his confidence from and his passion. You, my friend, you come across it.
I bring my son since he was 70 years at this sport. I run all his career. I built his team. And I know what my skills my son have. And we ready for it. Everybody talking about, them 4-5. Yeah, I put the opponents so he can last. You know why? Because you got to swim in the deep waters. If you don't learn how to swim in the deep water, and then going to happen when we get a big fight like this. Those fight that he went.
It all blew up after Berlanga tweeted, "Get off my head, Oscar. You were dying to sign me last year. Flew in to meet me on my head. I'ma have a bag of coke for you, idiot." Berlanga wasn't just defending himself, he wanted to expose Oscar completely. And this wasn't random. Remember, De La Hoya once pitched a Puerto Rico versus Mexico clash between Berlanga and Jaime Munguia.
Oscar De La Hoya works for DAZN. So he's a complete idiot, to be honest with you, because his job is to put on good fights for DAZN. And he hasn't really done that with Jaime Munguia, has he? I mean, he's probably the worst managed career I've ever seen in the history of boxing, Jaime Munguia. His opponent list has been awful, other than Derevenchenko recently, who I know is your friend, but he's also a faded fighter. So what I'll do with Oscar De La Hoya is I'll speak to his bosses.
But Berlanga didn't stop at the chats. He also dug up Oscar's interviews, where he repeatedly called him out. In fact, last year De La Hoya was obsessed with signing the undefeated super middleweight. Berlanga had just hit free agency after leaving Top Rank, where he spent for years. Their split was peaceful, but it came 1 month after Berlanga was suspended for trying to bite Alexis Angulo during a June 11th fight he eventually won by unanimous decision.
Wait, but All I'm doing is speaking facts. You know, when I'm spitting the truth,
You guys can come.
what else can I say and do? I mean,
You guys.
that was just the truth. I'm not. I actually, yeah, I did want to sign Berlanga, but you know, he went with Eddie Hearn, and good luck to him. But I'm just speaking the facts. Thank you, Oscar. Bye, brother.
Right after Berlanga announced he was officially a free agent, Oscar De La Hoya turned up the heat. He started name-dropping New York in interviews and posts clearly fishing for a face-to-face. Even while promoting a Golden Boy event at YouTube Theater in California, Oscar couldn't help himself. In the middle of talking business, he suddenly said, "Shout out to Berlanga, come talk to us, or we'll fly to you." The obsession, loud and clear.
One day you're right, the next day you want to talk about you. You know what I'm saying? Obviously you see what happened with Canelo. Yeah, we was talking Canelo, but you see what happened with Canelo. He signed a 3-fight deal with PBC. So, you know, he's on another network now. You know, so now I was like, all right, you know, what we gonna do? So we got guys like Munguia, guys like Golovkin.
Berlanga first inked his deal with Top Rank back in March 2019, just ahead of his 10th pro fight. His debut came that April at Madison Square Garden, a quick ride from his Brooklyn roots. He fought 11 times under the Top Rank banner, racking up a mind-blowing streak of 16 straight first-round knockouts. That streak ended in 2021, when he floored Damon Nicholson for times but had to go the full 8 rounds. Still, Oscar seems weirdly hung up on Berlanga's Puerto Rican identity because he was raised in Brooklyn.
I called you out for not being Puerto Rican. I simply spoke the facts. So you got embarrassed and posted a 14-year-old photo of me that the world has already seen and memed 1,000,000 times. Bro, why didn't you just post your birth certificate from Puerto Rico? Unless you don't have one.
Ever since Oscar and Canelo's bitter 2020 breakup, the jabs have never stopped. And now, it looks like Berlanga's caught right in the middle. In his Clapback Thursday video, Oscar scoffed. Berlanga says Puerto Rico is behind him, dude. You're from Brooklyn. I think I'm more Puerto Rican than you. He didn't stop there, he doubled down on his prediction that Berlanga versus Canelo will flop, even calling Canelo an arrogant piece of stuff for good measure.
My body that we can make happen quickly.
Do you feel like Oscar's being bitter towards you?
Yeah, man. Come on, I had to sit down with him right before, you know what I'm saying, I signed with Eddie. You know, he's a guy, I put him in there, man. You know, he just wanted to fight with.
Oscar even dragged in the failed Crawford versus Canelo talks, blaming Canelo for pricing himself out so badly that even the Saudis backed away. According to Oscar, it's all to avoid fighting David Benavidez, and now he's teaming up with his business partner, His Excellency Turki Alalshikh, to blast Canelo for choosing Berlanga instead. With UFC 306 looming on the same night, Oscar's betting the event flops. But let's not forget Berlanga had his own jabs ready long ago. Especially
You're another lame who is offended by the truth. Come on, bro. In other news, Devin Haney had his comeback fight last week at the Orange County State Fair. I don't know if you've seen the full video, but Devin throws a punch at a civilian, all while standing in front of the Ferris wheel.
After walking away from Top Rank in early 2023, Berlanga was a hot free agent. He weighed multiple offers, but ultimately chose Eddie Hearn's Matchroom Boxing, one of those passed-over suitors. Yep, Golden Boy. And Oscar still hasn't let it go. Now, with De La Hoya beefing with Hearn, Berlanga's been dragged into the drama. After outpointing Ireland's Jason Quigley, Berlanga and Hearn teased a mega fight with Jaime Munguia, but apparently not everyone from Munguia's camp.
And he missed! Bro, your dream has officially turned into a nightmare. And as always, the most important topic of every week. Canelo, you.
Oscar De La Hoya wasn't done trolling. Just moments after the fight, he tweeted, #LonesomeEddie. You couldn't deliver Edgar Berlanga to Canelo. Now you're throwing Munguia's name. Berlanga heard about it during his post-fight press conference and fired back. Oscar needs to shut his mouth, he told reporters. Eddie's the best in the business. People forget he came from the UK and took over the US scene fast. Then he added, Oscar's crazy. One day he's cool with you, next day he's trashing you.
Edgar Berlanga, who is fighting Canelo on September 14. Edgar, bro, you're from Brooklyn. I think I'm more Puerto Rican than you are. Puerto Rico doesn't claim you, bro. And as I said weeks ago, this fight will not do well on September 14. Canelo, you're really making the wrong enemies. But you know what?
A Berlanga versus Munguia fight would have involved all the same people, so why is Oscar trash tweeting? Instead of seeing the bigger picture. I sat down with Oscar right before signing with Eddie. Berlanga said, he just has Twitter fingers, always typing. I'm like, bro, relax. And while De La Hoya's name is buzzing again, it's not for his glory days. Sure, he was a 6th division champ with legendary wins over names like Chavez, Gatti, and Camacho, but his 2008 loss to Pacquiao ended his in-ring career and launched his run as a promoter.
Edgar Berlanga, who is fighting Canelo on September 14. Edgar, bro, you're from Brooklyn. I think I'm more Puerto Rican than you are. Puerto Rico doesn't claim you, bro. And as I said weeks ago, this fight will not do well on September 14. Canelo, you're really making the wrong enemies. But you know what?
As head of Golden Boy Promotions, De La Hoya has had massive success but not without drama. He's feuded publicly with Canelo and more recently Ryan Garcia. And now, Edgar Berlanga is next in line. Berlanga is all in heading into July 12th and had no problem clapping back at His Excellency Turki Alalshikh. After Alalshikh posted that he'd be upset if Berlanga beats Hamza Shiraz, Berlanga fired back. This isn't the first time Alalshikh tried looking past him. Berlanga already scored a first-round KO this year, while Shiraz comes off a controversial draw against Carlos Adames in February. That's it for now. Hit subscribe, tap the bell, and stay locked in for everything boxing. Until next time, peace.